One of the most unusual classes here at Amelia Island is the Hot Rod California Custom Class. This car is called the Orbitron. It came out of the 1960s. It's all wild. A hood, a bubble that comes up, push buttons on the hood that open the hood, the engine, and turn on the lights. The multicolor headlights in front, all supposed to form a single white beam headlight. The car discovered a few years ago in front of a Mexican smut shop and restored to the original Big Daddy Ed Roth look you see today. The Orbitron you just saw is one of those 1960s futuristic hot rods. Dean Jeffries' 1963 Manta Ray here is another one. Jeffries, who built the Black Beauty for the TV show The Green Hornet, he built the Monkey Mobile, hand-built this out of 60-some-odd pieces of aluminum. He got a Cobra V8 from Carroll Shelby because he'd worked for Carroll on the AC Cobra. This car, a single dome, a single seat, amazing car. Folks my age remember it from Hot Rod magazine, and here it is again. Jeffries still owns it. But not every California Custom is a classic old car. This is the Hemisphere from Trip Foose. He designed it in art school years ago, finally had the ability to make it. If you think the engine's in front, you're wrong. It's got a Hemi Chrysler behind the seats. If you think hot rods have to be old or classic designs, this one, done by Wayne Cherry, the former VP of GM Design, echoes the designs that he had back in the 90s and early 2000s for Cadillacs. It's a Cadillac hot rod, but he loves to make it like a Lake Roadster, so there's a cover over the passenger seat, and you can see a lot of Cadillac cues, a lot of edge, a lot of wings, and a lot of the Cadillac grille. This is a 1914 Mercer Raceabout. Think of this as a Jaguar for a sporty rich guy back in the 1910s. You have a monocle windshield. The gas pedal is outside, so your leg is outside in the breeze. There's a cutout, so when you pull it open, the car bellows. It's fast, it's stable. This one of the brass era cars that's lining this corner of Amelia. Another starring line of cars at Amelia were the Indy Roadsters that raced at Daytona Speedway once, and only once, 50 years ago in April. This car is Jim Rathman's car. He won the race in it. He now lives in Melbourne, Florida. And, you know, 2 people died in that race. Bobby Unser, multi-time Indy 500 winner, says they were great cars and they were terrible cars.
If you said what was it like then,
yes,
and what would it be like now, two different things, because technology has gone so far past the Roadster, now you think they're terrible. But in their day and time, they were fabulous cars. But would they feel good now? No, they certainly wouldn't.
Mark, these are the cutest little cars here, all Art Deco champions. You organized some of them, you own 2 of them here. What was in somebody's mind that America needed cars this size?
Well, they were licensed from the British Austin Sevens, and the original company principals thought that America needed a frugal, economical car at the time. It was really way ahead of its time, and unfortunately that was part of the reason for its demise.
They were too small?
It wasn't that they were too small. It's that for not a whole lot more money, you could get a full-size Chevrolet or Ford at the time, and the price of gas was not an issue back then.
From big to small, from Bantam to Packard to all the other huge classic cars here, 250 classics were at this year's Amelia Island. From Rolls-Royce Silver Ghosts to race cars, you name it, they were here. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Dan Scanlan.